In the ancient city of Athens, around 360 BC, there lived a young man named Cleon. He wasn't a warrior, nor a noble, nor even a particularly clever businessman. He was, by all accounts, ordinary, until one event changed the trajectory of his life forever. On a routine trip to deliver scrolls from one region to another, Cleon's small merchant vessel was caught in a vicious storm. The ship was destroyed, everything he owned gone, no insurance, no backup plan. Just him, washed ashore with nothing but his breath. What would you do if you lost everything in a single day? Would you panic, mourn, curse the heavens? Most of us would. But Cleon, guided by the teachings of Plato and Diogenes, saw his loss differently. He saw it as freedom. You see, the heart of ancient philosophy, especially Stoicism and its cousins, lies not in changing the world around you, but in changing your relationship to it. Philosophers like Epictetus, who was born into slavery, and Diogenes, who chose to live in a barrel, taught us that our happiness doesn't depend on our possessions or our titles. It depends on our mindset. What if losing everything wasn't the end but the beginning? Cleon took to the streets, but instead of begging, he listened. Instead of despairing, he observed, he began teaching children about virtue. He helped travelers navigate the city. He wrote new scrolls based not on trade, but on truth. This wasn't passive acceptance, it was active transformation. The core of ancient wisdom is not about indifference, but intention. The philosophy Cleon embraced taught that while we can't control what happens to us, we can absolutely control how we respond. It sounds simple, but it requires tremendous discipline. Think of a rainy day. We don't cry when it rains, not because rain is enjoyable, but because we've come to expect it. What if we could approach life's hardships the same way? The secret lies in preparation. Ancient Stoics practiced something called premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. They would visualize the worst-case scenario, not to depress themselves, but to immunize their emotions. Picture this. You lose your job, your relationship ends, you fall ill. By rehearsing these possibilities, not obsessively but consciously, you reduce their power over you. You prepare not just your mind, but your soul. Another powerful practice was voluntary discomfort. Cleon slept on stone floors even when he had access to beds. He fasted even when food was available. Why? To remind himself that comfort is not a requirement for peace. In today's world, comfort is a business. We're sold happiness through products, better phones, better clothes, better bodies. But what if happiness isn't something you buy? Most of our sadness doesn't stem from events, but from unmet expectations. We didn't expect to be fired. We didn't expect to be ghosted. We didn't expect to fail. When we tie our joy to expectations, we become slaves to the outcomes. But when we tie it to effort and intention, we gain true freedom. You see, a tree doesn't control the wind, but it can choose to bend instead of break. That's the true lesson. Control what you can, your thoughts, your actions, your attitude, and release what you cannot. This is the dichotomy of control, a principle that has endured over centuries not because it's poetic, but because it works. Today, everything is designed to pull your attention outward. Scroll, compare, react. But philosophy asks you to turn inward. Ask yourself, who are you without the followers, the labels, the likes? Imagine placing your value not on applause, but on your own principles. That's radical. That's rare. That's real power. Cleon may have been forgotten by history, but his life reflects the deepest truths taught by those we do remember. Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus. They believed in 4 cardinal virtues: wisdom, the ability to navigate life with insight; courage, the strength to face discomfort with grace; temperance, the practice of balance and self-control; justice, the commitment to doing what is right. These aren't abstract ideals, they are tools, daily practices, guiding lights, silent anchors. So what can we learn from Cleon and from the Stoics? That pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. That loss can be the beginning of wisdom. That a meaningful life isn't built on what we gather, but on what we give. Your life, like Cleon's, won't be remembered by how many trophies you held, but by how gracefully you let go of the ones that broke. If you found value in this video, consider subscribing for more explorations into timeless wisdom and practical philosophy. And remember, the world may shake around you, but your mind can still be still.